Okay, everyone can hear us, but soon.
Soon or now?
Phew. They should be able to see us. And why?
Well, I did not mute us, so that's why.
I'm constantly mad. You should mute us. I'm constantly mad because I want to do my transitions and it won't transit. Like it doesn't work. I need to play with this. I'm going to play with this one day. Anyway, I can still hear myself through your speakers, I think,
Yeah,
Jenny.
now I've muted it now. I've worked it. No, I
Oh, all
was
right.
enjoying
Hi.
hearing you multiple times saying,
Secrets. I know. I want to like. I want to like be a good video producer. That's why I'm always like looking around everywhere. I'm trying to like make sure everything on the stream works right. And there's not that much, but like I want to make it good. But then it's like, what the heck? When I go to so you can have. And this is a little. I don't know. I'm sure some of you do streams and stuff like that. But when you have like when we're using XSplit, when you have a preview and a live thing, you can push it from preview to live. So you can like switch it in like a TV production. And I say, yeah, I want you to fade, and I click go, and it doesn't fade. It just flaps. And I'm like, well, come on, man. I want to look at least like I know what I'm doing here. Anyway, hi everybody. Good to see you. Another week in
"Hey,
paradise
I
for
love
us.
Dave's anger.
It's not anger.
I
It's
find it
like
calming."
agitation. I'm not mad. I'm not like
I
full
know.
of.
Okay, agitation, frustration.
I'm a calculated man. I'm a mathematical man. I live in graph paper. As you can see, I have a graph paper shirt on. So I'm
Hmm.
obviously very
How is it?
thoughtful.
How is it in coronavirus land in New York? You're surviving.
Um, I am surviving. Let me get our. Sorry, I'm
You
trying
had
to
you had a weird
advertise.
obsession yet? A weird feeling like, oh, I want to do
Oh
that.
hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! My
Oh.
my big obsession still is uh building computers.
Uh,
Like I'm still so I don't know. I put a shot of Instagram of my computer not all the way built, and I should probably post a shot of it now because it's functioning and it's great. But I'm not done. Like I want to do more, and the problem is that all the shipping is dead.
yeah.
Nothing in the world can move, and so I have like a whole bunch of equipment sitting in Hong Kong somewhere,
Oh
just
no.
sitting forever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no answer for that. That's super frustrating.
Well,
I
the biggest problem, sorry, I won't
no.
run you over on it, but the biggest problem that I have with all of that is the fact that, like, um, where should I be posting this? Our
It's
stream.
because it's because the planes aren't moving there. It's
Yep.
the planes, like people think that all those commercial jets that carry passengers are just carrying passengers. They're not. They shove them full of post or mail. Hi,
Yeah,
Bella.
all the space in the. Hi, Patek. All the space in the plane that's not full of me and my luggage is going to be full of postal mail to go across, and I feel like they must have. I wonder. I'd love to read some statistics on how much of that traffic they were able to just squeeze onto existing commercial flights, like 50%, 80%.
If anything, if it's EMS, it's going on commercial flights.
Hmm.
Actually, in curious piece of information, the Boeing 747 and the way it's designed, it's very, a very unique design. They actually foresaw that, that they would have to retrofit these into only cargo planes in the future. They didn't quite foresee the huge boom in air traffic that we had.
Hmm.
So their noses actually come up, so they could load them full
Oh,
of
to load
cargo
them.
really quickly. I don't
That's
know why they
is that
haven't done that really. If they got those still, like why don't they just retrofit? I presume they're hoping that the passenger business will come back, but
Oh yeah, you're right. You can totally do that.
yeah, I didn't make this up.
No, not at all. I was just curious. I never seen one
I,
doing
I saw
this.
one once do it. I don't know why they were doing it, but yeah,
That's pretty impressive, actually.
yeah, it's a wonderful
Oh wait, but this is a
design.
specific. Is it a specific mod? No, no, it's all of them.
Yeah,
Interesting.
well, it's a really interesting. I mean, this is the same kind of the Concorde came around that kind of time as well. So people were doing interesting stuff with planes, and now I guess the obsession is just to make them lighter and faster and more efficient. But yeah, and the same with the ships, right? The ships just aren't moving because
Wow.
people don't want to dock huge ships full of people and
Yeah,
potentially virus.
I feel like cargo ships should be okay. There's not that many. So actually, just to get a number, this is just looking this up a little bit. 747-400 in earlier versions carried around half of the world's air freight. Half
Mm.
of like 50%. That's crazy. And they made the 747-8F, which is the freighter, and that
Mm,
just doesn't. That just is designed to carry cargo. That's it.
yeah,
That's crazy. I mean, I guess it also does help you, right? Like if I want to carry cargo, if I can have the same plane, if I can operate more of the same plane, it makes my life easier as
Yeah,
an air traffic operator, I guess.
yeah.
That's super exciting.
You've got a question in the chat. What does USPML stand for? United Special Pacific Mahjong League?
No, no, United States Professional Mahjong League. Hi, API Dev.
Professional. Why is the S the one that's in white? 'Cause the Dora?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the logo looks like a dead wall, which I guess symbolizing ourselves as a dead wall is maybe not a good, if you think about that, it's not a good look. But
No.
yeah, the square logo loses a bit of the metaphor that the horizontal logo has. Um,
Yeah.
but it looks nicer in a square. So hey,
It's nice. It's quite a flexible logo. You can use it for a lot of things. Unlike, the WRC logo, which is just a circle, you can't
yeah, that's
make it
a big. It's a seal. It's already good.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
My Corona obsession this week has been I've really wanted to stand in a queue at American immigration. I have not stood in line in American immigration for a while now. And I want that nasty, hot, irritating feeling of being crammed in with people being stupid around me so that I can get to the front to be asked a dumbass question like, what does your dad do for a job? I'm 35. What does my dad do for a job? You know?
That's kind of funny.
I, but for some reason, I'm like, I want to do that again. If you gave me opportunity, like Gemma, you can go and stand in that line. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm going to stand in that line and be irritated. I
Being
just don't
irritated is
get to
kind
be
of fun.
irritated. I know I don't get to be irritated by the world around me so much. Now that I'm in control of most of my surroundings, I don't get to be so frustrated. The only person to be angry at is myself.
I do. I get
Yeah.
to be irritated forever all the time. While I'm here, I'm going to check the tracking on my packages. What do we know about them? Nope. Nope. They were last heard from 3 weeks ago. One of them is in Shenzhen, and one of them is in
Oh,
Hong Kong. And I guarantee you, they're sitting in some queue of like idiot
yeah.
packages for
You know what?
individuals.
There's so many problems at the border. Shenzhen's the next big city over from Hong Kong, right, in China mainland.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's a special economic zone, but it's not a special administrative zone. And then they've had a lot of problems crossing stuff over from China proper into Hong Kong. So I bet you it's stuck in a warehouse
Oh, it
of
probably
things
is.
for customs to check.
It's probably stuck in a warehouse, and there's probably I mean, not to be self-important. Probably every day they're like, well, what packages can we move today? And then there's a whole bunch of like vital supply chain things, and those
Yeah,
things all go.
they're like face masks,
Yeah,
personal
yeah,
protective equipment, ventilators, Dave's fancy computer
yeah.
part.
Dave's computer parts somehow. I mean, maybe I got to get over there and grease some palms. But Dave's fancy computer parts are not making it to the top of the list, and I bet just day after day they have other more important stuff to ship. I get it, but like,
I'm
I
surprised
want my
though that for
stuff.
all of this like wringing our hands about the global economy, why they haven't gotten their shit together and made it so that the products and the goods still move efficiently.
They have. I mean, honestly, I'd say overall, like looking at stuff I've seen, goods are coming in. It's just a
Hmm.
lot slower. It's just a lot slower and harder. So it's more like a constriction. And I feel like there's been reasonable prioritization. Again, I'm not sitting here with nothing to eat or drink or with nothing to like
Yeah, that's true.
do.
Half of New York starves so that Dave can have his computer
They
parts,
should. I need my
and he's
stuff.
just sat there eating like a huge bucket of pickles.
I did. Let's not discuss that because ugh, that was an adventure.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so I found it's funny because I found an alternate source for one part from a store in Germany,
Oh yeah.
but their response right now is we do not ship to you.
Yeah.
Like we don't know how to ship to you right now, which is weird
Yeah.
because I did order some stuff from Europe and it came very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's a bit funny.
Heh.
It's we haven't been able to get stuff out of Japan either. Let's bring it back to Mahjong. USPML, you had your first league meetup last
We had our
weekend, right?
second league meetup. We did our
Sorry,
first one 2 weeks ago, and then last week was the second one.
oh yeah, the first one that Gemma attended.
Yeah, yeah. We
So
did a bunch of
basically the
leaguey
first one.
things. It's pretty. Pardon me. It was pretty exciting. We had about 4 tables each time. Is that true? Let me make sure I'm not misrepresenting my data here. Let me pull it up. Oh my god, I have too many windows of things. Here we go.
And how long is the season for your league in the last? Did you decide yet?
Yeah, we had 4 tables. So we're gonna do our seasons probably 2 months now. We're probably gonna do March and April. Wait, no, May and June. Jesus, time has moved on so fast.
March and April didn't exist.
We'll
We
do we'll
just
do
forget
May and
about it.
June as one season, and then July August is another season, and then
Mm,
we can do 2 month seasons with so many meets. And what I'm hoping to do also is to spin it up a little more into something a little more freewheeling and self service, where
mm,
people can just jump in and play whenever they want, and we'll still have organized everyone please come and play at this time, but
mm.
letting people if you want to pack in more games, I'm not going to complain. You can't because of the way we're doing it with the streak. It's like it's not a league that's won by the person who plays the most or anything,
Mm.
and we'll
Yeah.
monitor people to make sure they're not cheating. I don't think
I,
anyone's cheating.
yeah. It'd be pretty tough to cheat in that kind of environment, I think.
I think it would be,
But it's always a possibility, unfortunately, in this world.
yeah. This world is thrilling. There's so much stuff in this world.
Yeah. And how's your
All right.
mahjong going? Hello, Glassy
Oh, it's
Press.
been the worst. I had a bad mahjong day.
Right. Yeah, this is a
Hello,
beautiful
Glassy Press.
segue for me. So tell me about your bad mahjong, because I
Well, hold
can
on.
see
There's a question I'll
people.
take on. Can you generally cheat in mahjong and have the super good AI to use? No, cheating in this situation again. I do not, just to be super clear. I don't think anyone's doing this at all. I haven't really encountered this, but what I would imagine cheating would be is I'm in the league. I call out my friends. I say, hey guys, can you boost me? And then
Mm,
we all go and we play against each other over and over and over again, and they try to lose, and I try to win. And now I get a whole bunch of
mm.
hyperinflated games where I took a whole bunch of points from my friends, and I say, oh look how good I am. Um,
Yeah,
Again,
I
this is
mean,
not something I see people doing or I've ever seen people doing or I'm worried about anyone involved in this doing. But
it has happened. It's happened on 10 hole, people throwing into people on purpose, boosting accounts.
yeah, like it can happen. And
It's known to happen, yeah.
the biggest problem, and I feel like it's not always appreciated, how much effort goes into making sure cheating is just like structurally not really easy.
Yeah.
Because there's always someone, especially when you do big events and big open events, there's always someone for all the 50 or 60 people you know and love who show up there to have a good time and be positive and supportive. There's always someone who comes out of nowhere and really just wants to like get a big score or show off or do something questionable. And there have been cases where people, even at big serious events, where individuals, I don't think we've ever had a case of team cheating, but we've definitely had cases of like individuals doing unscrupulous things, messing with tiles,
I'm pretty
miscounting
sure I've
points.
seen. No, I'm pretty sure team cheating is happening. Yeah, it's you got to make it difficult for the opportunist. That's the problem.
Why would you do this? Well, because
Because people are pathetic. I mean, honestly,
there's
yeah. I don't get it because I don't understand why anyone would want to win that way.
yeah.
You'd have to look at that trophy or look at your achievement and think I didn't deserve that. I don't know what they get from it.
I'd feel really dumb if I came home with a trophy and I had to be like, I got this trophy because I cheated.
I mean, really, I think
But
they should just create a list of sociopaths, and people who cheat in mahjong are those sociopaths. I mean, I just it's beyond my comprehension.
I mean, if I had to put a label on it, if I had to say something about it, I'd say there's definitely some people who want a positive outcome and don't care.
Mm.
They want a trophy, they want a ranking, they want to feel good and have the number and have the thing. And so in their mind, it's just like it's a little bit of a video gamey mentality. Is okay, here's the game. I'm going to go to Game Facts. What do I need to do to get maximum? Um, no, it's often not even to win a prize per se.
No, yeah,
It's often just to win, to feel like a winner, to feel good, to be at high up in the rankings. I don't know why people would do it. Again, this, for the record, is a minuscule percentage of the people we've
oh
the gym I
yeah,
have ever encountered. Like, I don't want to claim that this is a big problem or that lots of people are doing this, because it's not. It just happens, and it does suck when it happens, because everyone who's playing fairly deserves to compete fairly to get a fair outcome. Anyway, it's again, it's not. I don't think it's a huge issue, but it's something that we do think about when we structure things and when we structure events, and that you just pay
yeah. I
attention to.
mean, you're basically trying to eliminate the opportunity for opportunism. You know,
Mm,
there is that level of cheating of people who would do it because they can, because it's right there. You know, it's like, oh,
yeah,
did you see that $10 bill that fall out of someone's purse? You could chase after them and give it back to them, or you could pocket it. Um, like I don't, I mean, there's morals and ethics, and we can discuss it till the cows come home. But plenty of people will just pocket it.
I would not reach a Daisangen if you can. If you can stack. Actually, it's funny because a lot of the JPL. If you look at some of the old YouTube videos, you can get like videos of cheating techniques.
Yeah,
It's very impressive.
yeah.
It's very impressive how
Oh
well
yeah,
they can just
and
stack the
then
wall.
you've got those proper cheaters who train to cheat. That's what they
Yeah,
do. They just cheat, and it's really difficult to catch them in the end because they're
because they're good. They know what they're doing. But again, they if those people usually, as far as I'm aware, are doing it frankly for gambling. They're doing it to
yeah,
win money on a gambling table. And
yeah.
so for our the types of events we run where there's no prize money, that there's nothing.
But then why would you risk getting caught gambling if you're making money gambling from those kinds of techniques? You won't ever get to go onto a table again, you know.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
maybe they just love risk. Maybe that's what.
Oh, I think some of these people are driven by the fact that they might get caught, but they didn't, and then they feel that that gives them some kind of control and power over everyone else.
It feels good to get away with something. Even Saint Augustine talked about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
He did. He talked about that.
it always feels a little bit good, doesn't it? You know,
I mean,
trying to
it's
cheat the system.
cool to take a risk. I mean, mahjong is this. That's one of the good feelings in mahjong, right? To discard the dangerous tile and get away with it. That's not cheating, of course, but it's cool to like take the risk and have it all come out.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you cheat in a Janso, you
I
know,
wouldn't try
people.
that.
I wouldn't do that. People get into big trouble doing
I
that kind of
wouldn't try
crap. They
that.
won't.
I like
They
having
would
all of
not
these.
let
I'm
you
not gonna.
go. They might not bring the police in. You might wish they brought the police in.
Yeah, like not to sound like super tough guy, but there are definitely some spots where you do not want to mess with them, and it's probably at the bigger chains they're not gonna
Well, the bigger chains are fine. The bigger chains,
mess
they'll
with
call the
you. Oh
police.
yeah, they'll call the police.
Yeah,
You'll
they've
get in
got
the
like
normal sort of trouble at the
yeah,
bigger
they-
chains.
they'll have you know, like some of the bigger chains, they have a logo from the local police force to indicate that this is a place where you can play mahjong in a healthy way.
Mm.
So if you pulled shit there, I mean,
Yeah, they probably just call the police and be like, "Hey, this
yeah.
person is cheating," and
I
book
mean,
it.
though, to be fair, how much money would be involved in one of the big chains? Not very much. I mean, that's why the rates are set so low. I mean, you
Yeah,
could
you'd
cheat
be
for
cheating to win like
$100.
$30. Yeah, $100 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to be like, right, you're never coming back again, and just chalk it up to bad luck.
I've heard
Yeah.
nowadays in EMA tournaments you're not punished for tipping a tile from the wall, even the dead wall. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware, that is the rule.
Yeah, well, it was actually WRC that tried to make it in the very first iteration. We tried to make it so that knocking over a tile from the dead wall would result in a dead hand or a chombo. I forget what the levels were. There were different levels of crime.
Mm.
But it was an unenforceable rule because, you know, you'd see a slightly older gentleman with doddery hands knock over a tile from the dead wall. Are you going to penalize him for that? You know, he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
My take on it is that if a tile gets knocked over from the dead wall and one player sees it, that's bad. It should be shown to all players so all players have the exact same information and then replaced. Or if
Well,
you flip the wrong Dora, for example, which happens a lot for some reason in WRC, just use that as the Dora,
mm.
or
Use the reveal
or
tile.
or turn it back over and flip over the actual Dora. As long as everyone agrees and as long as everyone has the same information at the start, does it matter?
I
If
mean,
someone was to knock over the dead wall at the very end of a game, end of a hand, then I start to get a little bit, well, you know, maybe it was an error, but
also a lot of these things really just come up in aggregate more than in instance.
yeah.
Like, if I knock over a tile once during a tournament, if I bump one tile out of the wall one time, like, okay. If
Mm.
every hand I'm bumping a tile or two out of the wall, it's like, what's up with that?
Yeah,
Like,
and when you
that's
say,
the
yeah, you sure
problem.
you can enforce it? No, it's actually because of the way mahjong refereeing is done. We rely on the players at the table to call the referee. If the referee is never called, which tended to happen when people knocked over a tile from the dead wall, all the players will be like, "Oh, we just want to play mahjong. I want to have to call the ref. Put it back, and we'll just keep playing." You know,
If you can get agreement.
most people want to just continue playing. Most people recognize that any of them could knock over a tile easily.
You also want to avoid giving fodder to a different type of player, the rules lawyer,
Oh God.
the player who believes that the best way for them to get ahead is to aggressively enforce the rules on
I
everyone else at
hate
the
rules
table.
doctrine.
So you
Yeah,
don't want to set up rules where when even the slightest thing goes wrong, they're immediately like, referee,
yeah,
that player did a thing. They have a dead hand. They have a dead hand. Because you will
yeah.
find people like that too. They're very keen on getting advantage through disqualifying others by the rules.
I hate those people even more than someone who knocks over a towel from the dead wall. I can be honest.
Like I think EMA had a problem with like the 3 second discard rule with that, where it was
That was
like
WRC's
it was
fault again.
WFC's fault. Oh no.
Yeah. We had people. We thought that, you know, we could trust people to apply common sense, and wow, we were wrong. Like we had people literally counting down under their breath. 1, 2, 3. Breath. He didn't discard. Dead hand. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
the challenge with a lot of this stuff is you don't
And the
you don't want
problem
to
is,
give fodder to those people either.
yeah, and if you set unenforceable rules, it means that players start to question what other part of the rules are not enforceable, and then you get people really pushing at things. So at the moment, every time we introduce a new rule, it's really a question of, can we enforce this? Will it be enforced? How are players going to try and not get it enforced? Because that's always the problem. I'm just as bad. I think I did something terrible to a referee. I don't think I'll tell
Oh
the story
no.
now. It was bad. I felt really mean afterwards, but it was a new player at the table, and I don't know. It was a strange situation where he'd already chomboed twice at this table, and he
Ugh.
was really struggling, and he was doing a great job. I thought, he's obviously a brand new player, and then he almost said Ron. And that should have been a dead hand, I think. He did something that should have been a dead hand. There were like 3 draws left. No one called it a dead hand. And then he turned over his hand at the end and said, "Oh, I'm Tempai. I get, whatever the 1,000 points is, being
What a weird
Tempai."
line.
And the ref saw this. He said, "Oh, he was dead hand. You should have called him dead hand. He's got, now this is a chombo because he's shown his hand." And I like glanced at the player opposite me, who's quite experienced, and I was like, "Oh no." I went, "Oh, I didn't hear him say Ron. I didn't hear him say anything. No dead hand. That's why we didn't say it was a dead hand." That was a really childish thing for me to do.
But it's
But
so
that's
it's true that there is a gap between rules and how you enforce them, and it's
but then
hard.
that's how people behave, especially when they're faced with someone who is doing their best and obviously isn't trying to cheat. Yeah. It was,
Yeah, like a lot of the core rules, like the core things you have to enforce are things that are obviously cheating and
hmm,
things that make the rest of the game like unplayable in a fair way. Like
hmm,
again, if I'm sitting at the table and I just punch the wall in front of me and knock the tiles all over the place, I've ruined that hand. We can't continue playing that hand, no matter how much everyone says, "Oh, Dave, we know you just punch everything in front of you for no reason, and we love your strange and quirky ways." Like, no, I did something wrong. If I'm
hmm.
sitting there fidgeting with my hand and I accidentally knock over a single tile from my hand, am I cheating?
Yeah.
Probably not. Maybe I might be playing some weird game where I'm trying to show people tiles so they think they know things so I can trick them into something. But realistically, can you say from that one instance whether that's what I'm doing or whether I just made a little klutzy move? No.
Mm,
So there probably shouldn't be a very firm rule against that says like if anyone ever does that, they chombo.
yeah.
And you have to figure out where you're going to set your lines for very firm rules, and then have an opening to say like, look, man, every time this dude goes into reach, he accidentally flips down a tile or two from his hand to like show everyone to try to trick them into dealing his weight.
So an
Uh,
interesting cheat I did see,
ooh,
which came close to the fumble, came very close to the fumble. This player was, how the dead wall, you put the Rin Shan tile, the last tile down, right? So you
yeah,
have two
put it down
flat on thing, and then I don't know how it's like a step. You create
specifically to decrease the odds of accidentally knocking it over. Actually,
exactly to prevent a fumble. Now, for some reason, she was kind of tapping it over so that it wouldn't be two tiles visible at the bottom, but only one tile visible. I'm not sure if I'm describing this very well.
no. So
So,
wait, you have the two tiles, and you usually take one and you put it down.
yeah, okay. So I'm not sure if this is going to work very well. Yeah. So normally, right? Like imagine it goes. You'd take that one down, yeah, and then you'd have two like this, and this one here, and the
Yeah,
door is here, right? So
but
what
they'd
she
be
was
face down.
pushing the whole top row over, so it was a bit like this, right?
Oh, weird. Okay.
Right. However, so then when someone ran off her, she would be. And this is why I say you should always flip your own bloody Dora, Uradora. She would then do the flip, right? If that person hit, she'd actually not revealed the correct Uradora. So then you, oh no, sorry, it wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. It was this one to try and give an opportunity to.
Oh, so she'd flip the Ura and
Yeah,
see if they got any. She flipped the wrong Ura first
yeah.
and see if they. Why not flip the right one first so that you avoid?
No, because then she's because I
Oh,
moved
she
it.
she deliberately make the mistake of
Yeah,
sliding it over and flipping the wrong one. If
yeah.
it was good for her, if they avoided any extra points, she'd be like, "Cool, that's it."
Yeah.
And if it was bad for her, she'd be like, "Oh, oops, I screwed up. It's
Yeah.
actually this one. Sorry."
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But again, that's going to be a systemic thing, right? That's not a mistake
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
gets made
Yeah.
once.
Well,
That's a
I mean,
mistake you're going to see made over and over and over again.
in the end, I didn't have enough information to know that this individual was cheating. I think my ruling at the time was, okay, which of these potential Uradores gives the most points? Because this player, the player who was doing this trick, was the one who was going to have to pay for it. So I was like, okay, which one gives them the highest score? Well, that's the one that they're going to have then.
Hmm.
And this is why I tell people not to play with the dead wall. Knocking it over by accident is a fumble. Pushing it, fiddling it with it, that's why we
Oh,
don't do that.
some aggressive motorcycles around.
But yeah, so I know, imagine in a tournament, you only have to do that a few times to get an edge.
Yeah, like a few times that instead of losing 8,000 points, I lose 2,000. I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's a huge swing in the game. That's a huge benefit for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So yeah, it does happen. It happens
Oh my god.
more than I'd like, but it's definitely a very small number of people.
It's very rare. I mean, when I've seen things that have worried me about cheating, it's usually been bigger events where people come out of the woodwork and it's someone I haven't met before and I don't know them, and they could be a little dodgy.
And also,
Um,
it's difficult as well because people have different habits at the table, and if you're not used to a habit from another club, it
True.
can come
Sometimes
across
it's habits.
as sketch when it's not sketch. It's just okay, well, that's a weird habit. But then that's why you should have good table etiquette because that reduces the kinds of bad habits that make people feel on edge.
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I get really fussy about table etiquette a lot of the time, and that's it's not always fair. I'll be honest. Like new players, especially when I'm playing with new players, and I know like they're new, so no, it's all cool. They're just figuring this out. It's fine, but they do all the things that are not in the etiquette, and I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, keeping to the etiquette means that everyone knows what you're doing, and even if you're playing with people you can't understand or don't share a language with or haven't played with before, like if you're doing, if you're 100% fully proper, one arm behind the back, only one arm ever on the table, like doing all these things perfectly, and you don't have to do everything perfectly, but if you're like that, most people can look at you and know exactly what you're doing and never
Yeah.
be like, why'd they do that? Or
Ian
are they,
P
what's
brought
going
up
on?
a good point there. The experienced players should be helping the inexperienced
Yes.
players, and you can tell if I respect you because I'm probably more likely to nag you about the etiquette.
Yeah, I'll often, and I want to be gentle with people because I don't want people to feel like they're getting slapped on the wrist every moment. But I will often say, like, hey, etiquette tip, I know you're not doing anything weird deliberately, but most of the time, when you draw a tile and you're in reach, you keep it separate from your hand. It's
Yeah,
just the way people tend to do it. Again, and you make it clear, I'm not criticizing you. I'm not here to
no.
like yell at you. I'm not penalizing you. Just
Mm.
informing you as to what the etiquette is, so that as you get more comfortable doing it. Also, frankly, I think for new people, it feels good to know you're doing the right thing.
Mm-mm.
And so when you have a clear definition of like, this is the right thing, this is what you do in this situation, people feel more comfortable knowing, okay, I'm doing these things right. I'm doing all the
Oh
mechanical things
yeah, I
right.
mean the human psyche wants to follow the social rules. It's just unfortunate that most of our social rules are never written down.
It can be tricky because that's true. A lot of people do have different ideas of etiquette and what
And
is
as soon as
correct
you
and what
write
is not.
down the rules, then you're going to get your rules jockeys.
Yep. Yep.
When it comes to etiquette, I would love to have some kind of etiquette, but what I kind of hate is that some people have different kind of understanding. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, just listen to what I say. What I say is right.
Draw, tile, and reach one. You should always con and reach. Do it. Just do it, man. It's fine. Unless it changes the shape of your weight. That's where you get into trouble.
That's where you get into
That's
trouble.
where you get into trouble. But otherwise, just go for it. It's
All
fine.
right, Dave. We're going to talk about your bad mahjong.
Oh, I don't want to talk about my good. We're gonna talk about your good mahjong.
No, we're gonna segue with you telling me about your bad mahjong. So
Oh,
this
it's
is
just a bad
I've
time.
got
Just
your
a
solution. This
bad
is
time
yeah.
because like it was a game. We had a game where it was just nothing. Like my first six draws were just pointless wins and crap every hand.
Mm,
So you're 6 steps behind everyone, and
mm,
then like anytime anything came together, it just never went anywhere. And then I
mm,
think I lost dealing into like a dealer Haneman, which
mm.
it was stupid. It was a dealer Hanuman that was like Tenpai on Dora on discard 4. It was
There's not much you
Toy
can.
Toy half flush, but in
Yeah.
between the Tenpai and the win, they discarded, like, so they were waiting on the 2 so 6 so. They
Mm,
discarded 9 8 7 3 4 5 so in between Tenpai and the win.
mm,
And so like They discarded only 2 pin tiles, tons of so and man tiles.
Hmm.
What do you do? Like, and I was Ishan 10.
I think the
It
problem
happens.
that you're having, and I'm going to guess at your problem, and it's a problem that I have as well, is that we start to over finesse our hands. We see potential in our
No,
hands.
Mahjong just sucks.
It does
That's
suck.
my
I mean, I'm not going to
problem.
lie to you. It's also a terrible game. But I think that having watched some of your replays, I'm like, oh yeah, he's right, but he's wrong.
Ooh, wow, wow. I don't know if I like this criticism.
Well, it's just that sometimes, especially when you're playing in this 10 hole meta, I have learned that you just have to go at it constantly.
Mm.
Even more so if you're playing on Mahjong Soul. I mean, those people just drive at it like a crazy person.
Oh, it's just so many times where it's like, I'll reach, and I'm like, okay, good. It's like a dealer reach on discard 6, and every other player is just like, I don't understand what that means. Like,
Yeah.
and they just
So on 10 hole,
go.
they do play very fast, but they also fold.
Yeah,
But
you'll
Mahjong
see people ever
Soul,
fold.
in Mahjong Soul, yeah, they just play fast and just fast and fast. Yeah.
No, I don't think it should discourage playing in real life, Buttock. I think you do want the right people. Yeah, exactly. You want people who are kind and reasonable. You want people who are welcoming and who understand that humans make mistakes. You don't want people who are aggressive rules lawyers who are very like, I don't know. I feel like there's a type of person who is very proud to like make a little mountain that they can sit on top of, and they can be like, "Well, I know all the little etiquette rules, and you don't, and now I have to like constantly jab you about them so that I can feel good about it." And frankly, most people are not like that. I've had lots of people, and this is my common refrain, and everyone has heard it probably, so I'm sorry for repeating myself. But I often say, go to a tournament. People are very scared when they start out. They're like, "Am I not good enough? Am I not fast enough?" This, that, the other thing. I say, just go to the event because everyone there is not there to be mean to you. They're there to encourage you.
That
And
light kind of
most
reflects.
people, you like what? Oh, you have a little bit of
You need
light
to
yet.
make it so the light is not
Your
reflecting off the.
fashion ring light is reflecting on your board.
Dude, it was like 20 quid. They were like, you could
That's a lot
have
of
this
quid.
proper light. And I was like, well, this one's 20 quid. And I just really need a light. That's
I
all
don't
I
even
need.
have 1 quid.
Oh my God.
You've got
Why?
20 of them.
The problem is if I put it here, I'm going to block it. Maybe if I just turn it off, that would actually be better. Let's try that. Can you see the board?
I can see it okay. It looks okay. I
What
can
is
see
that
most of it, but
reflection
not
on it?
all of it. I wonder if I can edit my screen. Everyone, I'm
I'm
going
trying
to do
to work
doing
out what the.
live stream edits right now.
I'm
I
gonna
want to see
go.
if I can make myself. You know what? I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a WWID screen.
This is the quality kind of screen production you come to know and love now.
I'm actually also really annoyed that like XSplit is flashing the sources when it switches the stream. Like that's not cool, man. You shouldn't be doing that.
Did that reflection go at least? Oh no, it's the reflection off my computer, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
that. Oh
All right,
shit.
hold on. I'm gonna do this. The computer, because you're using the computer camera, the computer will always be able to see its own reflection.
I know, but it won't be on the tiles then.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna push this, and
Right, I'm not
maybe it'll
too
fade.
stupid, Dave.
Let's
I'm
see
not
if it
too stupid.
fades. Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to.
You know what? I'm
All
gonna
right.
have to set up the other camera and work out how to do it. And I can't get this off the whiteboard either.
Okay, fade is a lie. It in no way faded. All right, I am super miffed, and I'm going to spend some time in the next week just working on these transitions. I know you all don't like. You're all not like hating on us. I hope for this, but like, what the heck?
It just doesn't come off.
Oh no, that's because you got to use the dry erase markers.
That's what that is. It also says strong magnetic and dry wipe. It is not strong, it's barely magnetic.
So, Baduk, I'll talk a little bit about rules and enforcement. I think the issue is that there is a rule, and the rule is don't cheat. We'll start there, right? The rule is don't cheat, right? If and that's a rule that should always be enforced. If anyone's cheating, that should be immediately enforced. So we can start from there, and then we take a lot of things, and we have a lot of things that might indicate someone is cheating, or might, again, make the hand. A lot of the Chumbo rules are about making the hand no longer playable. For example, if someone discards a tile and I call run and it's not legitimate and I tip my hand down, everyone's seen my hand. Everyone's been given a signal that the hand is over. So some people, upon hearing that, will immediately junk their hand. I've made the game unplayable. At that point, that's a penalty. I've done something that's made the rest of the hand unplayable, and that's such a big error that you can't really say, oh, he might not have meant it. Although there are definitely times when the table can agree. Like if I say, Ron, oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I made a big mistake, and I haven't
That
flipped my
should be a
hand.
dead hand, Dave.
There's still a penalty. Yeah, there's still a penalty, but it's not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily end the hand. Everyone else at the table could say, well, I didn't react to it. No one else reacted to it. You didn't show your hand. You still suffer the dead hand penalty, but we can continue. We've all come to the conclusion that we feel we can fairly continue with this hand. We don't feel like this hand has been ruined. And frankly, if even one player at that table said, no, I'm just not comfortable with it, I feel like this hand is over, probably you'd have to. The issue is that there's a conversation going on at the table about things where it is possible for everyone to say, I don't think that was an infraction. We all feel confident this wasn't an example of cheating, so we're going to let it go. Does this mean you shouldn't care about the rules? No, not at all. But it means that you have to try to be careful how you write them so they're not insanely specific and don't account for human error, because then you get into that trap of people aggressively trying to enforce this robotic standard. And anytime anyone makes a human error, they get yelled at and penalized, and
And
it's
you'll be
not
amazed
enjoyable.
at what kind of crazy shit people have done. Like the amount of times I've been called over to ref on a table, and I've just been like, "How did you achieve this?"
I remember being called over to ref at a table where 3 players were complaining that the 4th player at the table was not participating in shuffling the tiles. They were just sitting there. And everyone else shuffled and they were just sitting there. They weren't moving anything. They weren't doing anything. And I told them, look, man, I didn't say look, man, but I was being, I was like, you have to, I'm sorry, but you have to participate in shuffling the tiles. You can't just not push the tiles in front of you around. You can't just refuse to do it. And they were like, no, I don't. That's not in the rules.
Oh, it is in WRC rules.
Well, that's good that it's in WRC rules. They were technically right.
You may have written it in because of that incident.
Yeah, it technically wasn't in the rules. But again, how much should I have to write in the rules?
Oh, but then this is why, my next great push is to. It's difficult when people don't get a chance to ref. Most people are just refing maybe 1 or 2 weekends of their entire year. But really, we need to empower referees to be confident to make decisions. And just set penalties. People are like, oh, there's no penalty written. I'm like, that's okay. The ref can just make one up on the spot. As long as it's reasonable. So my infamous penalty at the moment is if people hand me in their score sheets and they don't tally to 0, they all get a 2,000-point penalty. If someone misreports their score at Audas, I will give them a jumbo if I think that it's damaged the game. I'm allowed to do that. I'm the ref. And I've got big balls.
Baddock, for your situation, I think you should not have been punished.
What's that? What do you think about Pollock? I was in my first tournament. I called Rora Pon. I got my pan. In the end, they said I had Pon, so it's okay. Should I be? No point.
I mean, but you did it right? You made a kind of half mistake. Sure, it was a not perfect call. You stopped. Yeah. You looked at everyone else. Everyone else at the table was like, "Yeah, we get what happened. It's no big deal. We know you're not like messing around and cheating." Yeah. And so you got your point. That's fine.
If you turn down your entire hand, that would be a different question.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you're an experienced player, you should be following the rules more strictly. If I make mistakes, I take the penalty. I give myself the penalty at the table. It's not acceptable for me at my level now to be making those kinds of mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that you're doing wrong, if I remember right, this was an MCR thing too. People who'd be like, Pong, oh wait, no, sorry, on every discard just to unnerve other players.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's obviously against the spirit of the rules, and the rules do have a spirit.
It's all about the spirit of the rules. Again, you made kind of a half mistake in your call. You were still doing a legitimate call. You checked with everyone else at the table. Hey guys, is this okay? Like, I know I didn't do this perfectly. Is it fine? Everyone said, you know what? Yeah, we know you're not messing with us. We know you're not going against the spirit of anything. You're just playing and you're a little nervous. And the table decided it was all good and continued. Now, if someone at the table had immediately like flipped down their hand and done it as soon as they heard that the part, which would be a little aggressive on their part, but they would have grounds to be like, I know you made a mistake, but I'm sorry. Like, I just trashed my hand. We can't just pretend this didn't happen.
That's why no one should touch the Uradora apart from the dealer. Apart from the winner of the hand. It's not the person who's rolled it in front of. It's the winner who turns over the Uradora.
Oh, for them to get their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the sort of situations you get. Someone says, oh, I thought I heard you say Ron, so I turned it over for you when actually you said Pon. We have a lot of problems that for the some of the Eastern European languages, the P and the R doesn't sound different enough for us.
So it can be difficult to understand people clearly.
Which is why you shouldn't be touching the Dora unless you have one. It's very simple.
I also I like flipping my own Ura. I like getting it. I like being like, give me that.
Reach over and
Yeah,
do it yourself, lazy
give me
bastards.
that euro.
But yeah, and that's one of the someone could say, oh, I heard you say run. I turned over the Uda. It's your fault. Who's gonna decide
Yeah,
which
who
job
gets the
it
penalty? Call over the ref, and now it's just
is? Yeah, it's yeah, and that's why we have these etiquettes to try and avoid these situations.
trying. We will
Are we
avoid
done?
these situations. I'll avoid every situation. This might. I'm still on this streamy problem. I might. This might end up making me move to OBS if XSplit can't get attacked together with the flickering and the stuff. Like, come on, man.
I need to move this. I need to get my camera up so I don't have this little
I'm so
reflection
desperate
crap.
to improve for you, our beloved viewers.
I want Dave to make it so that I can easily put this on the screen and not have
It's
to
up
use
on the
my
screen, but yeah,
whiteboard
I can.
where I also teach Japanese badly. I don't know what I've written here.
Oh, I can't.
Suzuki-san wa uchi de. What? What? I can't read this letter that I wrote.
I earned dividends. Thanks. Dang.
No, I don't know what I was trying to write. But
Okay.
Suzuki-san was doing something at home.
Quarantining at home?
Yes. He was staying at home.
Suzuki-san was effectively staying home.
Exactly. The whiteboard predicted this situation. What was under here?
Well, this is a game about England and Scotland. I should get this game.
So close to your heart.
I know. It's about them all killing each other.
Their name is Karen. Imagine the person who's running through the head of yet. I heard run. Yeah, there's always someone, I can tell you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dave, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is what I've been having your problem in that I'm either outrun by people. I'm sat there with my like Haneman going, "This is it. This is how I win the game," and then someone just outruns me.
Yeah, 1,000. Hooray!
Yeah, and then they just do that. They just bash the table repeatedly with 1,000 point hands until it's over. And I think certainly like the strategy often when you're at, the JPML dojo is to finesse your hand into that big winner, the mangan, and then just go quiet for the rest of the game and hope that keeps you in the lead. And the other thing as well, the problem is that me and Dave often play in situations of out-red fives. I think that when you get onto things like Mahjong Soul,
Red fives change everything because red fives give you that like called Tanya Dora 3 situation.
And also you just see point escalation. When you're playing we're playing a rule set where there's less luck elements like red fives in there. You start to scrub around with the 1,000 points, 2,000 points, 3,900 points because they do dictate how the game goes.
Yeah.
And I don't think me and Dave, either of us, play very well down at the 1,000 point levels. So these examples here are stolen straight from Katsumata, and Dave attended the lecture from Katsumata about this, that you need to assess your drawn hand on two metrics. Is it expensive, or is it fast, or is it both? And I think both is great, but I think both me and Dave tend to put more value on the expensive part and try to look for value in hands, whereas really we should be going, okay, this could become a valuable hand, but I'm much better off playing it for speed rather than value. And I think that's where we're going wrong. Dave can disagree, but he'd be wrong. It's certainly something, it's one of those fundamental rules of your drawn hand that I certainly think I neglect and forget because I'm too busy reading everyone's discard pools thinking I'm so bloody smart. And not really paying attention to the speed I should be going at.
It's true. I think I'm so depressed by this. Yeah, it's like I also kind of dislike red five. I don't like the inflation that red fives give you. Because again, yeah, it makes these easy, fast, cheap hands become just expensive. Hooray! It makes your calculation. It totally changes the value calculation of tiles. It totally changes risks of various things. If you get Dora on the 5, now that's just insanely valuable and just Tanya forever. Like, I don't know. I don't care for him.
So this is a drawn hand. How do we assess this?
This hand. Hard question first. Are you willing to sacrifice a piece of your tile efficiency to keep others from ponging east?
Well, if you had this, well, this is why if you assess it for its speed and its value, I think you'll come to the conclusion you need to drop the east here.
Yeah, it looks pretty close to ready. I mean, what? It's
It's
3 Shanten,
3 Shantan.
which is fairly average,
Yeah.
but not worse than average, so it's fine.
So
It's
you can
got reasonable Tanya potential, so if you do want to accelerate even faster, you
yeah.
can call it.
Yeah.
It's got that 345 Sanshoku sitting there.
Yeah.
The only thing it's really lacking is
Pinfu.
Pinfu.
But you can easily upgrade.
You could get into an awkward point where you might lose your Sanshoku to the Pinfu, like if you get a 6-pin.
Yeah, but then you're going to be Tanya, Pinfu,
You'll get Pin
Sancho.
Tanya, yeah. You'll be fine with it. And with a Pinfu Tanyo hand, it's actually I think reasonable to say your chance of hitting Ura is very high, because with a Pinfu Tanyo hand, you're spread across so many tiles.
Yeah.
Like with this hand, what you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. You have you'll have like 11 different tile types. So 1 in 3 tiles about is a potential Ura for you. So you have a 33% chance of nailing another Ura and getting like Pinfu Tanyo Dora. So you're up to 3, which is reasonably strong, like worth winning.
Yeah.
It is lacking safety.
Well, I forget what it was looking for initially. It was.
I actually think immediately ponging 7 mana 7p is.
Don't do that.
A very bad idea.
Don't do that.
And the reason why I think it's a really bad idea is because if you're going to say the hand is low on safety, and yet you're going to take a tile that becomes safe on at least one player and immediately pong it, and the outcome of that pong is that you've basically locked in that this hand is Tanyo Nomi. Oh. So you've reduced your safety, and you've also reduced your value.
Yeah.
To get a little bit of speed, not even that much.
No, and the other danger, of course, as well, is if you pong things like 7, you then create the 8s and the 9s as effectively safe for other people to play safely. You're giving a lot of information. Let's say you pong that on the first hand, and someone is sitting with their hand with a 9-8, and they want to finish complete with a 7. If you pong those 7s, and they know they can drop them.
Yeah, you've basically cleared the way for them to get rid of tiles. Otherwise, I'd have to think about.
You're giving a lot of information away without any gain.
Pongs are very blunt instruments. Like a chi is much less of an obvious information giveaway.
I wouldn't call this hand, I don't think.
I don't see why I would. Like, it just reduces the value so much. The best I can do is get a called Tanya Sanshoku. While if I have a closed Tanya, that's 2 Han. While a closed Tanya Sanshoku is 3 Han. If I reach it, that's 4 Han. If I get Pinfu on top of it, that's already Mangan. Like, it seems like it's not worth the degradation of calling it. Doesn't seem degradation.
I mean, really the times I could see that you would, if you needed to just win 1,000 points, then yeah, sure, go for it, but I still probably wouldn't call these. I might call the 4 pin for a chi.
Maybe.
I don't think I'd call for pongs.
So the question coming up is, what if the first discard is east, and then after that we draw a 2-pin?
Okay, let me get 2-pin out. Let's have a look at that. That's a good question. Where is my 2-pin?
Well, so what is one? So this is what the question also would be: what is our first draw in that situation that we're throwing the east?
Well, this is how you're assessing your high pipe, or your first draw, right?
Right.
You won't have your first toss. So okay, let's say that you draw the 2 in. So the 2 is over here.
Well, the idea was the east was our obvious first throw, right? So we got something in exchange for the east.
Yeah. You just throw that.
No, the question was, we do our first draw and discard, right? We get something and we throw the east, and then next we get the 2.
I see. Right. Okay. Let's say then that you get, for example, I don't know. I see what you mean. Let's actually put a tile in there then. Let's say you get the 9-pin as your first draw, and you throw the east.
Okay. And then then you draw the 2-pin. What do you throw? I feel like if I do that 2-pin, probably the 9 Mon, or you could draw. You're going to de-double the 5/7/9.
Yeah, I probably call that.
If you're doing that, then why not do the 9 Mon first? Because you're also at that point you're locking in 7 Mon as a pair.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well.
Right.
Probably I've got into this habit because I know if I drop something a 7-pin early and then I end up waiting around here, people are more likely to throw it.
Oh, because they're going to feel like that 7 pin indicates you have
Yeah.
nothing going on
Whereas,
there.
if I throw the 9-man,
I
I
mean,
know.
the 2 pin is awkward in a way. The two pin's basically saying pinfoo's happening now. But you also have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 pin,
Mm,
which means with one or two more tiles, Itsu has become a possibility.
no,
It's a long shot, but it's not impossible.
no,
What if you draw the 6
no.
or the 8?
Yeah, I'm one of those players who doesn't get so scared about finding a pair, though probably I should be. I'd definitely be seeing this group, this group. I'd want to make this one group rather than two.
Mm. Yeah, at that point, you're moving towards pinfoo. You're probably not going to get Tanyao, because even with a 4, that's not like an obvious throw the 1 pin, but you could if you really wanted to.
And Sanchoku's not out entirely. It's pretty
A
out.
2, 3, 4 Sanchoku.
It's
It could
pretty out.
happen. It could happen. You're at that point. You're doing a long-term finesse.
And I'd have to do a slide across then, and it's with this 5, it's unlikely.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Okay, so but the original what we were looking at, I would say that this is or Katsumata, I should say, would say that this is a rank B hand. It's very good, but it's not perfect.
Hmm. I think we'd probably always throw the East. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like the East is always going to be the first throw here. There's no reason to hold on to it. Throwing it early means that if someone takes it, it's because they're going really aggressively fast and probably fairly cheap.
Yeah.
And that's another. Just not to hate on red fives too much, but I will say that's another reason why red fives are very frustrating, because red fives make there be a much higher percentage of hands that are both fast and expensive. And it makes it much less likely that you're going to be able to judge hands on that fast, cheap continue. Like when I see someone pulling a dragon on discard 2, I'm like, all right, 1,000 points, fine, whatever. And especially if I know where the Doras are. But when there's reds, like all bets are, there's more Dora on the table. There's more likely they're going to make that super fast hand, and it's going to be 3 or 4 Han just because red fives. And I often see people get into this mode where they're very aggressive. Like, oh, I got to call the dragon right away. I got to do it. I got to get my Yaku. And it's like, okay, you just made 3 1,000 point hands and then a dealer sumo to Magon hand. So how do you feel about that? It's you gotta figure out when. It's not always bad to be fast, but you can't just go aggressively on fast hands. And you should figure out when you should take a deep breath and build some value. So we have a new problem being set up.
Yeah, I'm making sure I've got this right. 1, 3, 5, 7, 7, 3. Yeah, okay. This hand is not so good.
Hmm.
You got your draw in there as well now. You got the first draw.
I mean, I'm imagining West is like the least useful tile. Assuming that I'm not West and assuming that it's East.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not so much, what you're going to discard first. Is, what do you think you should do with this hand? What is your plan? Because if your plan is to fold it, you need to make sure you're preparing for that fold.
Well,
in which case you wouldn't want to throw the West.
No. Well, I think this depends. This is something that I actually have a question about. Let me quick respond. But we could definitely do a game review. Probably not this week, but if you do want to send in a game and have us review it, we'd be really happy to do that in the future. So
sure.
if you're curious, if you don't mind having us, I mean, we'll be nice. But like, if you don't mind having us critique your play, please do send it over. You can send it to me at dave@uspml.com. I'll put that in the chat, and we could definitely take a look at it in the chat. Now everyone knows my secret email. All right. So what do I see in this hand? I see a lot of junk. I see not zero potential if I get some good draws, but not instant potential if I don't. It's true that East, West, and Haku are one of two things. They're either going to very rapidly become safe tiles or they're going to slowly become poison pills. But if they become poison pills, if I don't feel like I'm winning this hand, I don't really care. And if they become poison pills, it probably means some of these other tiles I have become safe.
Right.
So what do you do? In my mind, and I'm not necessarily amazing at this, but in my mind, what I want to do is I want to cut tiles in such a way that if I get my lucky draws, I'm really happy. And if I don't get my lucky draws, I have a bunch of safe tiles sitting around, and I think this is a dark art a little bit that I'm not so awesome at. Like I might discard that 7 pin.
You know what? I thought that was one of the options.
I might discard that because what I want to get is the 6 pin. I want to get the 2 pin and the 6 pin, and then suddenly
But
I'm
you
in
know
like
what?
Goodsville.
I think probably throwing the white dragon first.
It's
Let's
not
say
bad.
that nothing else is on the table. If you bury the white dragon early, it won't become a grenade in your hand.
True.
Because the white dragon is a potential Yaku to every other player. The West is only a potential Yaku to one player.
Yeah, the East is also probably, assuming it's East round, the East is useful to everyone as well. So
Yeah,
of those
and
tiles,
it's not only useful to everyone, it's also worth 2 hand to a player. The East player who gets double. Like that's
hmm,
why the East is always the super dangerous tile. That's why I say if someone drops it early and they know what they're doing, that's a huge alarm bell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'd probably throw the white dragon personally and just kick it into the long grass. If someone calls it on the first discard, I mean, there's not much you could do then.
This hand is just not very exciting.
I mean, the only way, I mean, you'd have to get some insanely lucky draws, let's say. So you throw that first. Then you draw in the 4.
Oh, that's nice. I'd
Yeah,
still probably throw the 7 pin at that point. I just don't want to rely on getting the third 7. Like, it just seems like a rush. If I get Pinfu in this hand, that's great. Assuming nothing here is Dora, assuming that 7's not Dora or something crazy like that. Making an aggressive rush to, like, Tempai on nothing? Do I need. Maybe from dealer? Maybe?
nah.
I don't see why I would do that, though.
I would say that was a pretty poor rank hand. There's a lot of shrapnel in here.
Unfortunately, yeah. It doesn't have to be bad, but it just seems to want to be bad.
Yeah, it's not the worst. But certainly if you've got a few lucky draws, this hand would turn itself around. But you want to make sure that you've got your exit strategy.
Yeah.
So you need to be aware that you need to be building the exit strategy into the progress of your hand. So let's put in something that's even worse. You thought it couldn't be done, but apparently it could get even worse in Mahjong.
It can get worse. Oh, God.
Where is the one man? One man. 1 3 7 7 9. 1 3 5 7 3 east west north and white.
Okay.
How many Shantan? How many away from ready are you? Oh my god.
Oh, dear. What is this? 1, 2,
Right
3. Are we 4 Shantan at this point?
4 Shantan,
I think
yeah.
we're 4 Shantan.
1 2 yeah, 4 Shantan. And to make it worse, none of these are nice. So compared to the one before, you did actually have a few nice shapes like this 3-4, right?
Yeah, all those shapes are
Once
gross.
you've taken that in and put a 1 in, all of these shapes are garbage. Even the 5-7-7 was better than what you have now. This is all garbage.
Yeah, like you could look at the 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. You could look at Chanta. Honestly, I might look at Chanta in this hand, mostly because Chanta is something I can go for that retains a lot of the edge tiles that I'm probably going to need to throw as safes.
Yeah.
So, like, imagining Chanta, again, I'm not saying this is a gangbusters Chanta hand, but, like, imagining Chanta isn't the worst strategy here. Sanchoku Chanta, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Maybe? But the real thing that I'm doing is I'm getting rid of those dangerous middle tiles first.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of, but then I'd even say that you should be thinking Kokushi here.
Possibly.
What you draw. But, Kokushi is a great hand to fold. It's an easy hand to fold.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, just throw 5 pin right out of the gate. I almost would with this.
The presumption here probably is you're going to have to fold it.
Like, unless I'm at a level where I'm trying to play mind games, and, like, I want to, like, prevent anyone else from knowing that I have trash, I'd probably just throw the 5 pin. Yeah, people will either be like, wow, you have something amazing and get defensive, but they'll probably figure out I don't within 3 or 4 further discards.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's so when you start seeing middle tiles come out, you have to think they've either got something amazing or it's absolute trash and they are folding. Hints on whether they're this superior hand or this dud hand is going to come down to their score, the score difference, Yeah. It could be so far down they may as well just try for Kokushi. You could also think here as well, I wouldn't say that half flush is crazy. Let's say you draw 3 of these.
Yeah, you could push for a half flush.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're on half flush jobs. I think I shared that half flush review last week, actually, the crazy one that I managed to build from shrapnel. The problem that I think, at least myself is, and I suspect Dave is that we do this, we draw our tiles, and we know how to get the greatest value out of them, and then we
Hmm.
become too invested in them to fold properly.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because
Sometimes,
we've
yeah.
spent
Sometimes it's
so
like, why
long.
am I pushing this crap? Like, I'll be looking there trying to finesse something into something that works, and I'm like, this is gonna be one Han if I
Well,
get
let's say
this.
that you went from, let's say, like, probably average you about 10 turns. Let's say you did manage to finesse it into something that's looking more like a half flush. Is that the right number of tiles? Yes, it is right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So let's say you managed to get it into this. Now the problem is, if you've taken 6 to 10 turns to get this,
Oh, I'm still behind everyone.
you'll be exactly. But the problem is, we don't want to fold anymore because we've invested so much in pushing it in this direction.
Yeah, but it's yeah, that should still probably be folded, to be honest.
Exactly, exactly. But I know in game that I won't. I'll be like, this is it. This is my comeback hand. I'm gonna get a half flush, full straight. There's gonna be some door here somehow. It's gonna be amazing. And I don't fold when I should. Or even worse, I think, oh, I need to make sure that I can fold, and I don't create that exit strategy.
Hmm.
You know, sometimes these dud hands, a lot like lockdown, you have to have a exit strategy.
I think it's important to remember that in Mahjong, not losing is winning.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Avoiding losing points is great. It's a small victory, and it's true. Like when you're in last place, you got to make something happen, right? So that calculation is going to change a little bit. You're gonna be pushed more towards I need to go, I need to make it happen. But you should keep a little voice in your head that says, do I really need to risk losing for 1,000 points? Is it
Yeah,
worth it? Am I going to be able to make this hand big, or am I just feeling that urgency? There is, it's a legit urgency. Again, you're in last place, you need points. There's that's a real input. But like, am I letting that push me into pushing a hand that's like two Han, and against a dealer reach? Is that worth it? Probably
yeah.
not. It's probably worth it to just live to fight another day.
So if you
Um,
want to see what Customato's A rank version of a hand
what
is,
is this A rank hand? Yeah.
where that's it. This is the hand that you make everything up on. Yes. Six. Even. My God, my gem is being super noisy. Shush, you little scrabbler. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she's just 7, 7, 3, 4, and east. So what's that? Ishantan? One away?
Oh yeah, yeah. Very
One away.
Ishanten.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully there is no question about what you throw here, right?
It's the four pin, right?
Yeah, right. That one's straight out. No, you have to throw these.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. Like
East is super gone.
this is monster, and even better, you have this potential three-sided way. I mean, this is the gold. You could draw the 6 pin and have your three-sided weight over here.
It's a beautiful hand.
Yeah, and so you've got potentially you've
See,
got
with
two.
my luck, what I do is I draw the Tumon. That's my luck on this hand. That's the worst thing that happens to this hand is you draw the Tumon, and you end up with Pinfutanyo. No Sanshoku. But even then, if you get rich Pinfutanyo, that's still a solid.
Ricci Pinfu Tanya, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's think about where was the two man you said. Let me see if I
Yeah, the Tumon's like the worst.
it's not the worst. So okay, you've already thrown the east. And then you draw the two man. I mean,
You throw the 7, you sit there. Maybe you Dama it, hoping you can upgrade to the Sanshoku. But you definitely get tempo. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. I mean, you could draw the 2 pin, or you could draw a 5-man or an 8-man. Upgrade it. Yes, I think that's it's one of the fundamentals of mahjong that I don't think I'm doing very well at the moment because you start looking at trying to read discards and then you forget all the basics that allowed you to win in the first place.
It's true. You gotta
You've
there's
got
so
to
much to
keep
balance.
you've got to keep going back and reviewing what was efficiency is one of those things I think you don't forget.
Raw efficiency, no.
Yeah, that's just like riding a bike. However, you can easily, especially if you're switching between contexts like 10 hole run, Mahjong Soul, Final Fantasy, and they all have slightly different speeds and ways of playing. You can forget, okay, I've got to assess this hand. Is it fast? Is it expensive? If it's fast, it's probably worth going for. If it's expensive, it's probably worth going for. If it's fast and expensive, it's definitely worth going for. And if it's neither, you have to have the exit strategy.
It makes me sad.
Why?
I don't like it. It's true. Like I like, and maybe this is also part of like enjoying mahjong study. Is like the more there's a certain joy in taking a bad hand and making it into a winning hand, right?
Oh yeah, I mean yes, we love it.
And so like every hand I get, I'm like I'm Doctor Hand. I want to see what can I do to make you live. Like how can I make this happen? And so I feel like folding isn't a very fun feeling all the time of being like, nope, you're dead. It's not going to happen.
But you're preserving your resources to
Oh,
fight.
I'm not saying that it's wrong to fold. I'm saying just emotionally it feels bad.
I know, and that's why we have to make emotional reasoning to ourselves for why we have to do it. It's like
Oh yeah,
Sophie's Choice. You can't have all the hands.
I can have all the hands. I want to have all the hands. Every hand.
But yeah, I think we're not. Especially when I was playing on the USPML League, I could really see that I was not. I was not going. I recognized that people were going much faster than me, and I
Mm.
wasn't changing my speed to match.
Mm.
Um, I was just finessing, trying to make a beautiful Hanuman, imagining that the Hanuman would solve all my problems and I'd be a winner again. And that's just not how it goes.
So do you already consider beginning to fold at a certain point if there's no reach or dangerous open hands? I'm going to say that depends a little bit on play environment, because how many people will Dama? That's really the question. In some environments, I was talking about this the other day, everyone always reaches. Get the Tenpai reach, get the Tenpai reach. And you can tell whether anyone's Tenpai or not because have they reached? And they'll say all sorts of things about it, like, oh, must reach. And I'm like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you
Yeah.
don't reach, if you're waiting on a 5 pin and you don't reach, I might throw it. If you're waiting on a 5 pin and you do, I probably won't.
It's more than just, there's time when you should fold, but it's more than that. You need to have your exit strategy.
Yeah, so I would say there's definitely a point where you have to say, so Dama, the term Dama, you're right, I'm using a Japanese term without explaining it. The term Dama means to be ready to win and able to win, but not in reach. So you
Yeah,
don't
so
declare, you're just sitting there, hanging out, but you can win if someone discards your waiting tile. I think you should be figuring out whether you're going to fold a hand about midway through. By like 8 to 10 discards, you should know for 100% whether you're folding or not.
sneaky peeky.
Hmm?
Sneaky peeky.
Sneaky
Yeah.
peeky. Yeah.
I mean, so that last hand I showed, you don't have to think about an exit strategy. Screw it. This is the hand you push, like a crazy person.
No, like push like a sane person who has
The
effectively
other
evaluated their options and realized they have to push this.
the other 3 hands, I think the first 2 were the kind of rank B, rank C hands. You should have an exit strategy in mind. Especially, let's say that the dealer, you're not the dealer, and the dealer throws west first. Hold on to the west. Keep it as a safe tile for when they reach you.
Yeah, it can be really worth it. I've actually made a lot of value out of just hold the safe for 2. Just hold the safe for 2, and then when someone else goes into reach, you can be like, all right, I got at least 2 turns to hang out. Hope someone else makes the mistake and not me.
Especially
And
if Ipatsu. I mean, if you can avoid an Ipatsu,
Ipats is
you've effectively broken. You've effectively halved the hand you might have to pay into.
yeah, Ipats is no good.
Yeah.
Don't deal into Ipats. Sane might be boring. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think there's I got opinions. I got opinions on this.
Oh God, Dave. What opinions on what?
I'm just gonna. I'm just putting the words together. Like,
Still big. You can make me small again.
oh no, I like having you big. It shows that you're empowered or
It's true.
something. I think that you can have fun by doing silly things when you play.
Mm.
And yeah, sometimes playing in the most orthodox style is a little boring, and sometimes you want to hang out with your friends and do things that otherwise are a little crazy and play a little bit more of like a wild gambly game where just stuff happens, right? You can call open cons, you can do all sorts of stuff. You can do that. And I'm not gonna judge anyone for having fun,
Mm.
but I think that a lot of serious study, if you want to actually study the game and actually like get a deeper understanding of a lot of it is about self control. It's about not being like, oh, but it's fun. Oh, but I always love reaching. Oh, but I think I might get Ura. And it's about being more realistic in how you evaluate what's going on. And that's not always, I mean, it's not fun in the same way that, like, you know, what's a good Olympic sport?
Nothing,
Skiing.
nothing tastes as good as winning feels, though, right?
Well, that's true. I mean, if you have that competitive urge, sure. But like, for example, you're going to have much more fun on your slope on the ski slopes, hanging out with your friends, doing goofing around or whatever, than you would training to do the downhill slalom in the Olympics. And they're different things, and that the one fun is not bad or wrong. But if you're looking to be in the Olympics, you can't just mess around. You have to be
You
able to
can
be
do both.
focused.
You can
Yeah,
do
yeah, you,
both.
you can do both sometimes, but you have to know how to have that focus and how to do the serious
Yeah.
thing. So I don't know. Maybe that's not too shocking an opinion, but
Hmm.
like it's always a little confusing to me because people, oh, it's fun, oh, this is fun. I'm like, fun is great, but if you're looking
Yeah.
to seriously train, you put fun to the side for that moment, and you sharpen your mind on it a little bit, and then you can go back
I
to having
mean,
fun.
can is fun. Obviously, we
It's
all love
super
can,
fun.
but it is not always the best move.
It is
And
super not.
you have to find ways. I don't know. Like I disagree that not canning is. I mean, come on, not canning is even more fun. You've got 4
No,
tiles.
it's for the record,
Hopefully,
joking around is
throwing
just
over
fine.
at least one other player, and no
Always
one
counts.
knows. No one knows.
But I want everyone to know. I want them all to know that I've got these 4 tiles and to be sad about it.
My God, but you see, that's such an American attitude.
Yeah. I want to con the Dora and make everyone nervous.
And yeah, but then again, that's to be honest,
Except for like
that's another strategy. Do you make players nervous by calling Ricci, or do you stay quiet
that. Yeah, that's playing
and
the table a
hope for
little
them?
bit.
Yeah, hope for them to throw into you. Do you not find that more exciting than declaring Ricci? Tricking someone into throwing into you? I don't know. Maybe
Ooh,
I'm the
ooh.
psychopath now.
I think for me it depends, and I feel like I usually like to suss out the table a little bit. If I'm playing on a table with people who just don't ever fold and they're just like blah 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 blah, then actually not going into reach, like reach versus not reach, is kind of a toss up, and not going into reach can be very profitable
Mm.
because they won't even think because they'll just be going straight ahead. On the other hand, reach is points, and if you're at a table where you can knock a person out of their stride and be like, well, now you got to fold because I'm in reach, maybe it's worth it.
I mean, my basic mantra has been, if you can explain why you did that properly and not just because it was fun, then it was probably a legitimate move. And the number of times people throw stuff or do stuff, and I'm like, why did you do that? And they don't have a reason for it. That's when you've got a problem.
Yeah, where it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't like 3-pin.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, I guess. I feel like, yeah, you should be able to have some rationale for what you do, and yeah, sometimes you're going to be like, yeah, because you know what, I was like, why not con? And
Hmm.
frankly, if you tell me your rationale, it's like I wasn't thinking much about it and I just did it. It's like, all right, but you need to, yeah, there's got to be a little bit of focus.
Hmm.
And I think the other interesting thing is people would be surprised how much interesting and exciting bluffing and hand manipulation and stuff there is when you get over that hump and are playing with people at a very high skill level. Because then, when people who are watching your discards, every discard is in a way a bluff or can be a bluff. So there's a lot of stuff you can do there to try to like a lot of mind games to be played there.
It's
Try to
hard to
finesse it.
bluff in Mahjong, though. It is hard to bluff. It's not like poker. You don't have a discard pile in poker.
Maybe you
You don't
should.
have to reveal, it's basically your discard pool is showing your workings, how you got to 10 by. You don't have that in poker. You don't know anything about people's whole cards until the end.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
You're gonna play some mahjong then, so we can
Oh,
try
I
and
guess I can play some. Oh God, I don't know if I
apply
want to do that.
the ranking. So that's what I want you to do now for the rest of the week. Is try to look at the very first draw and give it a rank, and start to think, how am I misplaying maybe lower rank hands? How am I overplaying rank? The lowest rank that we discussed here. How am I not properly playing the top ranks?
Hmm.
And I think if we can start to try and think, give ranks, quantify what we're doing, then we should be able to put ourselves back into winning. We'll be able to reveal the mistakes that we're making that we're not thinking, because
Really?
we're all the same, right? You get into a habit, oh, I like this hand, I just do it this way. Oh, I remember 2 games ago I got a chant, I'm going to do it again. Or we complain, that a particular type of hand's chasing us. It's not chasing us, it's just that we keep overseeing it and not seeing the other options open to us.
What is this?
You've never drawn a hand better than the ones you've shown. I can be on emergency if you need me to sit in the queue as well.
What is this?
I don't know what
This
you're
is
looking
so strange. All right, let's go back to let's try. I'm looking at this thing, so I'm gonna change to the mahjong scene. No, it's fine. Oh my god, it makes everything flash stupidly. Okay, so now I have to start up at 14, but I also have to. All right, let's do it. I have to rearrange everything. So watch out, it's gonna get dangerous. All right, we'll start this up. Then I have to kill Gemma, so Gemma's gonna vanish. So let me switch to my. Okay.
Oh no.
We'll do
I'm
this.
dead.
Hey, it actually did a fade this time because I think I made it better, but it still flashes everything, which is maddening. I'm going to turn the volume down on this.
Try OBS. Try OBS.
I'm going to.
I'm sure I had more beer.
I just want to look like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to log in. Oh, it has Gemma. Okay, but what's the problem now is Gemma is not currently. Let me start logging in with my level 50 warrior outfit for those who care. I'm going to stop the share, which should get rid of.
Oh my god, I'm going to have to stop this job. I don't know what she's doing. She's really annoying me. Hey. Hey, you in there. What are you doing?
All right, we did it. Some of this worked and some of this didn't, but the world is currently full, which is terrible.
Yeah, do that instead. I have to get her a toy.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a good chunk of time just Googling like XPS flash on or XSplit flash on transition. I'm tired of this. Tired of this. The stream quality is not up to what our viewers deserve. All right, here I am, jumping around with weirdly bad frame rate. I wonder why.
Gemma, should I always try to push even a poor hand with no immediate threat? Or how should I think about the hand? If it's really poor, you should be planning your exit strategy.
I think the way Zoom shares has gotten bad. I'm gonna.
I mean, we're
Gemma's
assuming a lot here from the
video
question
for
that it's
seconds.
not the last hand of the game. But yeah, if it's a poor hand, you are better off conserving your resources and fighting another day.
I wonder why my frame rate is so terrible. It definitely shouldn't be. I'm gonna assume it has to do with Zoom sharing, so I'm gonna do a different way of Zoom sharing to get Gemma back in the game. Okay. All right. That seems nicer. I'm sorry. All right. What do we got? We're looking for advanced mahjong. Oh, this is fine. I'm a warrior.
Right.
I've been leveling up warrior. Although again, I'm a little annoyed that the frame rate's so suboptimal.
Where are you though? I don't.
I'm in Ul'dah.
Oh. I don't recognize this place. Hi, Epconist.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not
Welcome
sure
back.
I'm alive anymore. You think that maybe we've reached some kind of limbo?
It's possible.
Exactly. Tactical temporary advance in the other direction. Exactly.
Oh no, the advanced mahjong's 1 of 4. I don't know if it's gonna.
And let me remind you that as you're trying to exit, I guarantee you 7 pairs will present itself.
Oh yeah. It always comes up.
How many in the advanced queue? 1.
I am in the advanced queue. Maybe I should queue for both.
Yeah, Hoberg says that's hopeful. He got it last time.
Yeah, I like nailed it right away. I think everyone was waiting for me in advance.
Well, I came in as well, didn't I? Wait a minute. I will also boot up Final Fantasy in anticipation of having to help you out.
I wonder if I shouldn't queue for both
Oh yeah, Mahjong backup for sure.
and then take whatever I can get.
Oh, I remember, and I got all angry because I couldn't remember my password.
It was a whole to do.
It was a whole to do. Oh, I'm really good at Moogle Treasure Trove, The Hunt for Lore.
Oh yeah, you gotta get these tomestones, and then you get secret Moogle treasures.
Important, be wary of suspicious links on Twitch.
Ooh. Ugh, it's only one of 4. Where are the Mahjong friends?
Did you queue on both?
No, I didn't. I should do that.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, I queued on both.
Okay, let me enter as well.
Just jumping around. I do wonder why my frame rate's not very good. It's strange.
Yes, login. Go, go. World is currently full.
The world is currently full.
But you don't get these problems with Mahjong Soul.
Well, we could jump to Tenho if we really wanted to.
No. Although Tenho is in English now. And they've had some cool events. Even in quarantine, your life has been dramatic, including the job change. Yeah, I mean, I think... Do you know what I'm worried about? That when we're allowed to finally play Mahjong again, we'll all be so exhausted from quarantine that we won't want to.
It's just gonna be weird to like go outside and be in a place with people.
I know. I'm really worried I'm going to get anxious. But I don't think some of this, it's going to ease off slowly. We went into it suddenly, which is why people were feeling anxious and stressed. But we won't leave it suddenly. It won't be like, one day they're going to turn up on TV and say, oh, it's fine. You can do whatever you want now, lick strangers on the street and whatever else.
Oh, God.
Duty Finder.
Oh, 3 out of 4. Did you queue already, Gemma?
No, not yet.
Oh, hey.
I don't
know. It doesn't tell me.
Novice or rank?
It won't tell me. It just says 3 out of 4. I'm queued on both. It's just saying, oh, novice. I got a novice.
I did I as well. Okay.
Oh, wait, are you novice now? Oh, it's going to be you.
Sorry,
I don't want to play Mahjong with you. Great.
Oh yeah, Baddock, you've been writing your thesis. That's a good way to use your quarantine.
Luckily, no stream sniping.
No, I'm not stream sniping. I've only got the comments up. I think that because I was sick for like the first 4 weeks of quarantine, which kind of been a godsend. It was really bad at the time, but then I was like, actually, oh no, I didn't change my set again. Shit.
Okay, remember the Dora is literally 9 mon.
I have a C rank hand here.
Yeah, this hand is not very well ranked, and I'm not the dealer, so I don't really think much exciting is going to happen to me here. I don't want to talk too specifically, but I'm not...
Yeah. Okay. Gemma has the funky looking Manso again, because she forgot to switch it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna call out what my rank is, and then I'm gonna... Let's see how I play
I think this is probably a C rank hand.
So I'm... Yeah, I'm gonna say mine's a B, probably.
It could get better. Okay, it got a little better.
And just tepidly offer to help with WRC stuff. Wow. I don't know when WRC is happening again, so there's
WRC is going
not
to be
much to
tricky.
do at the moment.
I would love to win Chitoy. That would make me very happy.
Oh, what am I going to do this? I see now, right, that was the point. That was the moment when I didn't play properly and I started to finesse. That one man. That's where it started going wrong for me, I'm telling you now. It's all the bloody sound shockers.
Ugh, this is terrible.
See? And I need to have more respect for pairs as well. I do not respect having a pair locked in.
I'm going to say no, I don't care about this.
I have glasses. Glasses would help me play. Ooh. I can see now.
I'm going to say the most likely thing that's going to happen is I'm just going to chill out all hand.
Well, the problem I've had is because I've done exactly what I said I shouldn't do. I have assumed that there's more value in my hand than is, and now I don't have any exit strategy. I have no safe tiles to play.
That is rough.
Yeah, East is, I imagine, doing something flushy with that discard pool.
I'm just going to kill the dream now. Let's see what happens.
David's crazier than me, though.
No, East just discarded one.
Yeah, true.
I feel like it's not totally
they've
crazy.
got something flushy over there.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
And
if you remember what I said last week, I am the person sitting to the left of the person doing something flushy, so it's on me to not feed them.
As you repeatedly discard Montiles.
No, I think they're going for a bamboo flush.
Oh, it's possible.
And I think they're either Tenpai or Ishanten now. I would not fear Mantiles into this. That's going to be something bamboo-y.
For the record, my Chitoy, I figured so everyone could see it, I'd make the Chitoy in my discards.
That's what you do, mate.
Yes.
That's one thing that's really is maybe we shouldn't be playing Final Fantasies. We can't do the replays afterwards. So see, definitely Tenpai now.
Oh dear.
Definitely. We can't because we can't do the replays. We can't double check whether I was right.
Oh, good. Just what I wanted. I'm in a spot now. Okay, this should be fine. I don't know. It's not that bad.
I have very poorly played this. This is an impressive level of poorly played.
Sumo on the 7
Oh, they're on the 7. Interesting. Okay, well they did have a lot of bamboo.
They did.
They did.
All right, I'll take it. What do we got here?
So when they threw that 9-man, they probably had locked in that man shape.
Eugh, this is a low rank hand. C rank hand.
Yeah, mine's a C rank as well.
Don't care for this.
And the benefit of holding on to those honor value tiles, like the dragons and your own wind and the table wind, is that not only can they potentially become safe tiles, but also if you draw another one, you can use it to make that Yaku that you need.
I'd like to make the Yaku that I need. Okay, I'll actually take that back. Because there's some potential here. A little bit. Not really, to be honest, but a little bit. But I can integrate some safety into the hand. And by integrating some safety into the hand, I can basically say, well, if it happens, it happens. It's great. And if not, I have an exit strategy.
And the thing that would differentiate a C rank from a D rank for me would be whether you had nice weighting shapes. Like if you had that 3/4 man as we discussed. If it's a 1/3, that is crap. If you have a 3/4, then that kind of starts to elevate a potential D rank into a C rank. Because having a nice weighting shape is, being able to, pull those tiles into your hands is really important. Someone's referring to Green Dragon.
I'm just gonna... This does not actually help me in any way. Yeah, so where I'm at now is like, if I get the lucky draws, awesome. If I don't, I have some safety hanging out.
You have an ability to reverse out of this.
You know what? I am. I'm gonna lock in a little further.
That's the door.
That is a door.
I forgot.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're moving. I don't know why.
Well, maybe they got something going on. The worst... Actually, it's not necessarily the worst. It could be fine. I still need to get... I'm gonna hold off on that. That seems a little risky.
Through the east now, so you're starting to lose your safe tiles then.
I got more.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. This is not a good hand, I got a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna give up a little bit. But notice that as I give up, I'm giving up carefully. Uh-huh. I'm giving up carefully because... Might be my only chance to get rid of this.
It's just come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
This can go now.
I will use a similar game. I'm curious as to what West has got here. Maybe just Toy Toy.
It might be. Ugh. This is the worst. So this hand now, it's like, it could be Tempai eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, Toy Toy then.
Looks like it's a Toy Toy.
Gone away with that 3 before.
Oh dear. No, I'm not doing that. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Oh, there's 2 out.
But I think I might do this. I might clear this out. I need to. I don't like this, but I think it should be okay. This is... I'm gonna do it anyway. Got some options. I'm not going to. Oh, I'm done. Okay, good. That's fine.
I was about to say, I was like, I was kind of hoping that I could get to Tempai, but no.
5s and 7. Oh, wow, I could have gone into reach on the... But I would have had to throw a Forso. And it would have been a 7-pin only weight.
Yeah.
And, like... Where were the 7 pins that game? Did you have them?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can only see one. Jeez. Well, that's how to get away with it. I got away with it. I didn't deal in. I noodled around a lot. I think it's fine to talk about my hand. Gemma's not a cheater, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I can. I won't look at the. If you're gonna, I won't look at the comments, Dave. If you
Yeah,
have
I'll
the
mention if anyone says
comments.
anything.
Yeah, I won't look at the comments. So you guys talk. I've hidden the comments now. I have expanded the box.
Okay, I see something kind of good happening here. This
So what
hand,
was your rank?
again,
What rank?
this is still like a C rank hand.
Yeah. I
This
feel...
is still not that great. Oh, good. But something good could end up happening.
I'm a little bit concerned that our player
Great.
West has called the winds and not his.
Yeah, now nothing good is happening for this hand.
So I'm going to throw that East whilst I have a chance.
Okay, that means this hand now needs to accelerate, and I can't sit around hoping for things.
Yeah, I'm also noticing that we really do not call.
No.
And I think maybe we need to reconsider that we aren't calling enough.
Maybe? I don't know. I feel like... Oh, 30's not too... It's super easy to just aggressively call out a hand. West might well have Honits. It looks very possible from their discards right now.
I don't think that's how I need to.
No, I don't think so either.
That's a toy.
Oh, well, that's that.
Oh well. But then this is the problem, because we are spending our time, we're just letting other people.
Well, I don't think, at least for me, I don't think I could have sped that hand out.
I couldn't with the discards to West, but I could have called some stuff.
Ugh, this is a D rank hand. This is just trash.
I've also got D rank. It's absolute rubbish.
Oh my god. I don't... The dealer should play smart, but I think that this idea of, like, I'm the dealer, so I don't care and I just do whatever is actually very risky.
Mm.
You always have to be aware of what other players are doing. You always have to consider the possibility that they've got something going on. Like, dealing into a Mongon as dealer sucks. And dealing into a Mongon as dealer because you were chasing 1,000 points plus Homba? Bleh. I would be at least wary. You do have
Depends
more...
on your point situation as well.
Yeah, like you do have more incentive to push as the dealer. That's very true. But don't take that as like a license to do whatever and not even think anymore.
And other people should be looking at you more as well. So you shouldn't really, it's harder to do stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw all the tiles, and by doing that, maybe something good will happen.
Oh, you suck, Mahjong.
Alright. I just gotta get rid of this crap now. Or never.
It's the way we're playing now.
Yep. Alright.
Yeah,
I
think.
happens.
Yeah. We must
Ooh.
just toy, but at least they've got a Yaku in there.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty impressive looking toy. I kind of don't want to mess with it.
I don't think there's going to be it's not going to be on the end.
Oh, good. There's no reason for me to play into this. Two next. I should have played the two first, actually.
Oh crap.
Oof. Oh, the other two Hakus. Okay. And we
I
can
mean,
assume that our dealer had value they were chasing there.
well, I mean, I'm hoping they're probably trying to push us into folding.
Maybe.
And if so, job well done.
I guess.
Apart from me, just throwing 5 man in.
Whoa, okay. Forso is the literal Dora. I guess I'll just start
What's your rank?
B.
Oh, I'm a C. Oh. You see, now that I know you've got something though, because you've called for a win that isn't your own.
Now everyone knows.
You gave the game up before you called the White Dragon.
That's fine. I just want to be like these other players.
I probably wouldn't call it that quickly. I got to be honest with you.
It's fine. I'm gonna play the other players at the table.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, I was just saying I don't think we call enough.
Yeah, you're like, oh, we don't call enough.
Like
Now,
Judgy
look
McJudge.
at you being all critical of me for calling.
I'm not critical. I'm just like, no.
You just don't like it. I understand.
Did that make you unhappy?
It made me very unhappy. My Daisongen is not going to be 3 Dragon Cons now. Because you discarded that Hots.
You have another one.
I let it go. I don't want to be that mean to you, you know?
Yeah, you're generous. You're generous.
I'm very generous. Okay. I can deal with this now.
Oh, what is this bullshit?
It's tiles.
Oh my days.
Uh-uh.
Alright, this has gone up to a B. A B hand.
A B hand.
Yeah.
A lot of thinking. And she has happened. Ah, man.
Just Yakuhai, just a dragon, right? Nothing else.
Boo! Everything says boo to me. Wow. Oh. Surprised to see that as an option.
Northwind.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. I can live with this.
Got a flush there, have you, North? Call it.
It looks it. It super looks it.
Call it. Just call it.
You're so pushy.
Well, I know she wants it. See? Don't take it, man. Oh, God.
Oh, dear. Am I going to play straight into it?
Yes.
No, this will dodge you anyway. 6 is safe on you.
Yeah.
6 is still safe on you. This is not. I'm going to play it.
That was pretty dangerous.
It was. Whoa, the door. Jeez. Yes.
Wow, you lucky git. So what would you say your rank, your hand is ranked now?
It's fine.
You are East, so and this is where I wonder whether I push too hard if I'm East and someone reaches.
Oh my god.
I don't even think you need to worry about me anymore.
I don't.
South.
But I won.
The hell?
It's Hakuto Dora. It's fine. 3 Han.
Yeah.
That was maybe a bit of a reckless push, but I felt like I wanted to be a little reckless.
Yeah, I don't think it was reckless. I'm not sure what you started with, but yeah.
It got to the point. I could have won on the red 5 too, which would have made it even better. Like I think that wasn't.
You decided from the start that you weren't going to fold it.
No, actually.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. You're right. I did because I was like, oh, this is an obvious toy hand.
I was waiting on the 3 or the 6 though, by the way.
Ooh. If I draw another Dora, that 3 would have come out.
I only had Dora Ricci, so it wasn't very good. And I wonder if I was pushing too much on that.
This is a rough hand for Dave. This hand has a lot of potential, but getting it to winning is going to be hard.
Mm.
And this is not going to help me.
So I'm in last
This
now.
might be the kind of hand where I have to make some moves. Oh dear.
Scythe is really difficult to read.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
like a toy toy.
This is not good. I don't want this. It's the worst. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alright, game. Fine. Fine. Complaining wins games. It's true. We all know complaining wins games.
Dave's got something good. He's got at least man down there.
It's not gonna happen though. It's fine. Anytime I have something good, it just doesn't pan out. See, now I'm just gonna do the top tier draws. Does that help me? I'm gonna say this actually in no way helps me. Kid that doesn't try doesn't get the mill.
Why? Oh, Gemma, you dipshit. What was your thinking there, Gemma? Were you
Oh
thinking at all?
jeez.
Was I thinking at
Did
all?
you just con?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
I don't know what I'm doing, mate.
Okay.
I am, yeah,
That's now not going to be useful.
I am playing this badly.
Okay, interesting.
Well,
This
two
is also
people can't go
useless.
for the Uda. I only have to worry about you being able to get the Uda.
Hmm. I am... Sure.
Right,
Let's-
okay, no one can get that Uda. It's going to be mine.
Let's go.
No, that's not going to help me.
I don't like this. I'd rather do this.
You're thinking Flush Flush from South.
I'm thinking it. I'm worried about it.
I'm pretty worried about North as well. There's
I'm
just
worried
not
about
bamboo
everyone.
on the table. Yeah, bamboo is
It's
just
all
hot.
bad. That's not bad, though. Oof! That tells me something's definitely up.
It might just be more toy toy.
Ugh!
Nasty, Dave, nasty.
It hurts.
Boom. Oh, gee.
Jesus.
I'd be surprised if you wanted that.
I don't.
No, I'm talking to someone who's not able to hear me.
Hmm.
I'm a crazy person. Interesting.
Oh, shit. Well. I gotta think about this. Let's do it.
Wow, Dave.
Need it to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna be a crazy person too.
Oh dear.
Oh, how many tiles have I got to pick? I've got 2 more draws. Damn it.
3 maybe. That's risky.
Damn it.
Oh no.
Well, at least the reds are out. There's no 8-man on the table. That is bad times. Yeah,
It is
2 more
bad
now.
times. Ugh. All right, I'm pretty much done. Ugh.
Tied up. Ah, you had another Dora!
I had all the Dora.
Wow, how did I get away with throwing that full bamboo?
That must have been a late tempi. That was Tanya Dora 4.
They're pissing about with the 2 and the 5 going down there, weren't they?
Ugh. Ugh.
Are you still east? You're still east.
I am. I got more shots at this. All I did... Okay.
I have an A class.
Do you? I do not think I have an A-class hand, but I got something. Let's just do it. This is stupid. I'll take it if I can get it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Sure, that looks closer to
I think
the
I'm going crazy. That's alright, I'm gonna take this A class hand, make you pay.
Maybe. It could happen. I'm doing it.
Not like this.
Not like this. Well, it's alright. As you can read from my discards, I'm a genius.
What are you doing?
Just playing Mahjong. Okay. Yes, I actually very firmly agree. This is exactly the kind of hand that looks really cool and never goes anywhere and is worth nothing.
On Roto.
Well, now you've given me a great idea. Honroto is an excellent idea. Let's do that. Guys, we're doing Honroto. All right? Honroto squad for life. Oh my god. Is everyone doing Honroto? Maybe.
Oh my god, it's true. You're doing it, aren't you?
Might as well get rid of this whole suit. Fuck it.
I know you like the terminal hand.
Oh my god. Stop.
You can't both have
Oh
it.
no! Stop! This is terrible. It's direct competition for Honroto. Really? It must be a random. They must put a random delay in. No.
I hope so.
I sure hope so. Otherwise, like, why didn't you take mine?
Wow, no door for Dave.
No, I don't need them. They're stupid. They're stupid tiles for idiots.
This you should never do, guys. When you see this happening, don't do this.
Ooh.
See, this is the difference between playing like an idiot.
But now this is safe.
That's what happens when you play like an idiot because you think it would be fun. You just make it easier for everyone else to screw.
Yeah, that was a rough throw.
Oh, this one I'll get away with.
You probably will. You son of
Were you going for Honroto as well?
I had a pair of 1 pins, pair of 9 pins, and pair of chun. I had it. Oh, you rude person. Honroto battle.
I'm sorry, I kind of feel bad for throwing that white dragon now. That made it.
Oh wow, and now this is just not a good hand
I had
at
the
all.
responsibility as well. It was definitely my responsibility.
Yeah, that was yours.
But
But
that
then again,
was my
someone was
fault.
going to do it. That's ridiculous. The only saving grace that I have on that is that it was a sumo, and I would feel really bad if I had to deal into
Well, I
it.
thought when I was throwing that white dragon, I was probably throwing in. And yeah.
This is a
But
Class
you know
C
what? That's
hand.
my problem. Is I see those dangerous tiles and I think, ooh, I don't think they're ready yet, and I overestimate my ability to read what's going on.
Should have thrown a chun.
I have
Should have given it to me.
I have a B rank.
Oh, this is a C rank hand. This
We're
is...
on East 3. I feel like a lot's happened.
Yeah, a lot has happened. I got 2 hands in a row that I was like,
Dora.
that were worth. Yeah, it was just full of stuff. and so it was worth pushing. And now this hand is not at all worth anything. Ugh, I'm so sad about that Honroto. Why did it happen to me? What is this? Oh dear.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Well, that doesn't tell me much of anything.
No, I don't know.
Alright, I'm pretty good for a while now.
I don't. Again, I feel like I've got something here, and I don't want to just fold it to that. So here I go, steaming a pathway through for everyone else.
Alright. Alright.
Oh, I was sitting on that 6-pin. I thought I could get away with it.
Oh no!
Did I bust out?
You did. You busted out and left me in 3rd place.
I deserve that for throwing
23,000 point 3rd place.
I deserve that for throwing that white dragon.
Maybe a little bit. Oh my god. I lost ranking points because of you.
I lost more, trust
That's
me.
true. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, a good game. Made it to East 3rd. Oh. It's all because my Honroto ended poorly.
Oh, this is why I can't play Mahjong anymore. Why would I throw that white dragon? I'm such a dumbass. That white dragon was really stupid.
That was a little bit of a rough throw, but I had one that I would have had to throw anyway, so I feel like...
Yeah, but you would have had a good reason for it. I was, again, pissing about with 2-hand, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to give up, you know?
Yeah, I think that's true. Like, it feels really exciting when you get a little better to be able to finesse those, you know, like you learn that you can do it, you know, as opposed to when I was younger at Mahjong, I'd be like, well, this is a bad hand and I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And actually, to be honest, one of the things that did me very well in tournaments over the past few years was entering hands being like, I'm losing this hand. And I'd say it from draw. I'd be like, I'm not winning this hand.
Yeah,
I've decided. And then I just
you had every reason to push. If you'd thrown that white dragon, you're dealer, you go for Honroto.
I should have been Tenpai on it to throw it. Like, that would have been where it was.
The dealer, like, I had no business doing that.
But it's true, like, as you get more and more into it, more and more experience, you get into the puzzle of, like, how do I make this the best it can be? Because you want to every time make your hand the best it can be. And it's easy, at least for me, it's easy to get really stuck on that puzzle and not be thinking about, but I can fuss up getting this hand to Tenpai and it's going to be Pinfu no Mi.
Yeah, there's this whole other game going on.
Yeah, like, is this worth it?
Yeah. So I guess that's really the takeaway I wanted to have for today, was that you need to be able to rank your hand.
Before you log out, I'm pointing at Gemma on my screen just so everyone knows. Before you log out, change your tile set. Change that option so that next time you're not upset. You can blame it all on the tile sets now. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's why I didn't recognize the white dragon because it looked totally different.
Yeah, it's totally... It was just a Square Enix logo.
Oh, do you know what? I don't know how... Oh, here we go. I don't know the menus on this.
I'm a warrior. So I can do this. It's exciting. Actually, I'm very excited because I recently learned to be a paladin. And now I can do this. Super cool. I wish my frame rate was a little better, but I think it's because I'm like sharing everything 6 ways in a row.
Grabbing on about frame rate again still.
Just being a happy paladin.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any suggestions for what kind of lesson I should do next week, I am going to take requests.
Ooh.
I might not be able to do it, but if I can, I will try my best. How best to just tweet me maybe?
Yeah, tweet.
Or tell Dave, and he
You
can
can tell me.
harass
You can email me. MahjongJam is our Twitter handle. We're at USPML, which is shocking. Shocking that's the Twitter handle. But yeah, you can ping us again if you wanted to send in a game. If you wanted to send in the game to get replayed, feel free.
Yeah, I haven't
we'll
looked at any replays on Mahjong Soul, so you'll have to.
Yeah.
That I understand how to use it.
Why to always be Dama? No, you don't have to always be Dama, but it's cool to Dama. You know what's really funny? I've actually been on a weird kick of playing Final Fantasy XI.
What?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I like. I'm a little bit of like a game archaeologist. I like looking at things that are like old and wondering like how did they get to be this way? What were they like?
Mm.
So picking up Final Fantasy 11, I've owned for a long time just because I had it a long time ago, but I wasn't subscribed or anything. But I was like, I wonder what this game was like. And so I logged in and I've been mucking around with it, and I'm kind of like, on the one hand, compared to like modern games, this is really rudimentary. But on
Yeah.
the other hand, you have to remember, Final Fantasy 11 was released in 2002. That's 18 years ago, and it was released for the PS2.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
released. It was an MMO released at a time when EverQuest was its contemporary, and compared to EverQuest, it's amazing.
yeah.
If
Mm.
I'd bothered getting into this when it came out, I would have been like, "Holy crap, this is so cool!"
But if I
And
remember, the problem with Final Fantasy 11 was they had world bosses that it just wasn't possible to beat and stuff, right?
you had to grind a lot. You needed a large groups of
I thought
people.
they had one. They had one that just like it just had form after form after form, and it was never intended to be beaten.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, EverQuest did that too. An NPC that was like, "You're never supposed to be able to kill this," and I think one group eventually, one guild, managed to do it, and
Mm.
it just popped. Like when it died, it just vanished. It didn't give them any loot. It didn't die because they never made a death animation for it because they were like, you were never supposed to kill it. I mean, they were like, wow, we're sorry guys, and they figured it out. But it's interesting how these things go nowadays in FF11. You can actually get NPCs to play with you, and you can play the whole game solo with a bunch of like NPCs.
Oh, that's
If
kind of cute.
and it has like a legit, again, unlike games of its time, it has a legit storyline and cutscenes, and it has all these things. And I was like, holy crap!
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know if they should have put they should have put them in the Final Fantasy sequencing system.
It seems a little weird,
Yeah.
but like it's a legit game. And again, compared to its contemporaries, it was really advanced and really impressive. Um,
Lots of people loved it. I mean, I think that's when that's why partly why the first iteration of Final Fantasy 14 was such a disappointment because they cocked it
well,
up
a
so.
lot of reasons.
Yeah.
The first implementation of 14 was like all the 11 players hate 14. Apparently, all the Series 11 players like 14 is just a theme park. 11's a real MMO, which I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. I'm not. MMOs have moved on, and I think at some point MMO players have to understand that no, it's not the world it used to be. You know.
Well, the other thing is, there's a breed of MMO player that really likes grind, where they're like,
Mm.
I had to put 50 hours into leveling up and learning all the areas and learning all the things because
Yeah.
no one told me, and that's skill. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's just memorizing things.
God.
Skill is
I
like
remember
interesting
in World of
gameplay.
Warcraft when you saw like someone who'd hit the level limit in town, and be like, "Wow, look, they hit the level limit." It was just such an impossible feat.
Yeah. Now it's like by design. Now they don't even care anymore.
I
Well,
played
it's not they don't care. It's just they design the game around you maxing out, and then stuff you do once you max
Fantasy
out.
Star, my worst MMO experience. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
never
Like,
tried PSO. It
um,
seemed a lot like a Diablo, where it was just like wander through randomly generated dungeons and kill things, which is fine.
what was Elder Scrolls Online was my worst MMO experience.
Really, I played a little bit of it, and I was just kind of like, this is fine.
I just didn't understand what it wanted from me. I didn't
Yes,
understand what made it an MMO. I didn't understand what it. I was like, what?
because it played a lot like. No, I'm jumping. I'm not gonna. We're hitting about 2 hours, so we're probably not gonna do another game. I'm
Yeah.
just hopping around and yakking about games.
Mm.
I feel the same about Elder Scrolls, to be honest. Like,
Mm.
it was like, okay, here's a game. It's just like an Elder Scrolls game, but I guess it's online.
Yeah, right. Like my friend convinced me. He was like, "Oh, we can start this MMO together. We'll have a great time." And we were both like, "What? This isn't an MMO." I mean, maybe we just didn't understand how to play it. But yeah,
I'd like to play into it a little bit more and get a feel for like what is this, like what is happening in this game.
And there seemed to be a lot of inventory that I didn't understand what I was supposed to do with.
There's a lot of stuff, a lot of leveling up options. Again, a lot of these games, I often feel like the good experiences people have with them come because they played the game with 3 or 4 good friends,
Mm.
and they all had a great time hanging out together, exploring this game, and really hanging out together. Which I will never look down on. You tell me you had a great time playing any game with your friends, I'm like, good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's totally why I loved World of Warcraft. It
Mm.
was at the right time of my life. I had a lot of time on my hands, and I made lots of friends on there. And
It's the right time again now. Everyone who wants to can join our FF14 Mahjong Guild.
I should try.
You can actually. We're very happy to have people
I was
in the
going to get a new class, but I didn't.
You should. I've been playing like every class now, and a lot of them are super fun. I highly recommend them.
I had it. Well,
All
I had a
classes.
busy
You'd be a
week.
dancer.
Well, I think I decided on machinist. I feel.
Oh, Anne's been leveling machinist. You just shoot everything.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get guns in your country. They must be very novel to you.
It is. I don't understand any of your TV shows. I'm like, why does everyone have a bloody gun?
'Cause you just get them. They hand them out. Anyway,
Right in school, right?
before we go back to politics stream. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very
We'll be back
much.
next week. If you want us to do a game review, please do email dave@uspml.com. I'll put it in the chat as well. If we get a ton of requests, we're obviously going to have to pick one, but we're happy to do them. And thank you for joining us. If you're interested, email me if you have any questions, if you want to join Mahjong Guild, if you want to hang out, whatever. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'm going to go and try to not get incredibly upset at how we transition to
I'm going to try and learn to play
our
Mahjong
logo
again.
screen.
Because really, if you just type White Dragon to me randomly over the next week, I'll be angry at myself. I'll be sad.
True.
Like this screen is triggering me a little bit. It looks a little
I'm
bit
sorry.
too like White Dragon.
All right, we are out. Outro music is playing. Bye, everyone. We'll see you all next week.